Welcome to our video guide on the best places to visit in Porto, Portugal. From its iconic bridges and famous pasteis and nata bakeries to the top attractions of the city centre, you'll get plenty of inspiration to plan your own trip. We've also included a few recommendations on things to do just outside of the tourist hub. And did you know that you can get to the beach in only half an hour? Join us as we spend 4 days exploring everything that Porto has to offer. Start off your day by visiting Porto Riverside. It's without a doubt one of the best places in Porto to visit to soak in the vibrant atmosphere of the city. Known as Casa Da Musica, the Riverside Promenade has rows of tall, colourful buildings that overlook the Douro River. It's also a great place to grab a drink or meal with a view. We visited the Porto Riverside area at least 3 times during our stay. It's a place that you'll love and will want to return to every day of your trip. Once you've finished exploring Porto Riverside, cross Luís I Bridge to see the unique underside of this famous metal bridge. The south of the river is known as Vila de Gaia. This equally as beautiful area is home to a number of quaint bars, restaurants and shopping stalls. Most notably though, it's where most of Porto's wine cellars are located. Rows upon rows of cellars occupy the riverbank. Port cellar is one of the best places to visit in Porto, whether you like port wine or not. After all, it's in the name of the city and the drink is known worldwide. Whilst in Vila de Gaia, on the south side of the river, stop by one of the many port tasting experiences. We recommend Calem and Santo, with both tours providing insights into how port wine is made, its history, and of course, an opportunity for some port tasting. To get back to the Porto side of the river, you can either walk back to the lower side of Luís I Bridge or ascend to the top by cable car. The ride only takes around 5 minutes to reach the top of the bridge, but it's well worth it for some amazing views of the town. Luís I Bridge is a star attraction of Porto, providing you with some of the most scenic views of the River Douro. To really experience it, you'll have to walk over it. For the majority of your Porto sightseeing, you'll be exploring the historic city centre, which is an attraction in itself, with its narrow cobblestone streets and beautifully tiled buildings. First on your city itinerary, stop by Sao Bento Station to marvel at its grand atrium. It has one of the most awe-inspiring interiors of all Porto's buildings, covered in approximately 20,000 tiles. Another must-see attraction is Livraria Lello bookstore, which is said to be one of the most beautiful bookshops in the world, and we can definitely see why. With a grand interior of red carpets, intricate wooden furnishings, stained glass windows, and a grand spiral staircase, there's nothing quite like it. We recommend buying a ticket online to avoid the long queues, as it can get really busy. We can't think of many cities that have as many beautiful churches as Porto. As with the most historic European cities, Porto's selection of religious buildings are a key sightseeing attraction, but with a slight difference. Many of the churches here are decorated with ornate tiles, forming together to create a colourful mural. Some of the must-see churches include the Chapel of Souls, the Church of Santo Ildefonso, Clerigos Tower, the Monument Church of St. Francis, and Carmo Church. Another church you can't miss off your itinerary is Porto Cathedral. The cathedral was built in the 12th century at the highest part of the city, Sé. It overlooks the many buildings of Porto and the Douro River from its hilltop location. Crystal Palace Gardens is one of the top places to visit in Porto for those that want to escape the bustling crowds and busy atmosphere of the city centre. Located just a 20-minute journey from Sao Bento Station, it's a nice place to spend a morning or afternoon wandering through the beautiful gardens. You then have a scenic hillside area that overlooks the riverbanks below. In our opinion, this area has the very best views of the city. If you love a sweet treat, then you can't leave Porto without having the famous pastel de nata. It's a crispy, light custard tart that's commonly eaten for breakfast, or in the afternoon with an espresso. Head to Mantegueria Café for the best pasteis de nata. We also recommend trying their famous sandwich, the francesinha. It's a meat overload, but it's extremely satisfying. Porto is known as a city of bridges, with 6 of them in total. The best way to see all of these bridges is by boat. There are a few boat operators that offer the group 6 bridges tour, and you can also opt for a smaller tour on a private boat. Tours typically last 50 minutes, taking you up the mouth of the river to Freixo Bridge, then towards Vila, where the Douro River meets the sea. The 6 bridges boat tour was a highlight of our trip. We recommend booking a tour with Tomás do Douro, which we've linked in the description below. They have good reviews and it only costs around €15 per person. Little do most visitors know, one of the best places to visit in Porto is actually the beach. Although it's a city break destination, it's very close to the coast, so much so you can reach one of its beautiful beaches within half an hour. Our personal favourite is Matosinhos Beach. Whilst it's slightly further away than the more popular Prados Ingleses, it's a lot more spread out and has much more of a local feel to it. Dine at one of the restaurants along the beachfront, walk along the promenade, or relax on the garden sands. An iconic symbol of Porto and a building that can be seen across the skyline from various points in the city, Clerigos Tower is a key attraction for your Porto sightseeing itinerary. You have the option to climb up the many stairs to reach the top of the tower. Alternatively, you can simply admire the tower from the nearby viewpoints. Next door to Clerigos Tower is Cordoaria Park. This is a great place to visit for a relaxing stroll, a picnic, or to escape the hot sun on one of the shaded areas. There are two famous viewpoints in the city that offer the best views of Porto, Virtudes and Vitoria. Our personal favourite was Virtudes. It's well known for locals to gather here with friends just before sunset, enjoying a cold beer and relaxing in the park area. Vitoria viewpoint is at the top of a staircase, providing panoramic views of Porto's many terracotta roofed houses and grand churches. A short metro ride from the centre of Porto is Sucesso food market. It's extremely popular amongst locals and tourists, offering a wide range of food options spread out across 2 floors. Choose from traditional Portuguese food, Italian, vegan and vegetarian stands, Mexican tapas and some excellent sweet treats. There's a lot of variety, so you'll find something you'll like no matter your taste. If you're looking for a cultural evening out or just want to see one of Porto's most unusual buildings, stop by the city's premier concert hall, Casa Da Musica. Designed by architect Rem Koolhaas, the building is an architectural masterpiece. It's a 9-floor high asymmetrical polyhedron covered in plaques of white cement, with tall glass windows and a long staircase leading up to its entrance. Aliados Avenue is one of the most famous and historic streets in Porto. It features a wide road and pathway with grand buildings on either side. Liberdade Square sits at the bottom of the road, leading all the way to the instantly recognisable City Hall building. We recommend walking the street at your leisure, stopping by the Grand City Hall building to take photos in front of the Porto sign. The final main attraction on our list is Bolsa Palace, which is a great example of traditional Portuguese neoclassical architecture. You can visit Bolsa Palace as part of a private or self-guided audio tour, exploring the palace at your leisure. We didn't spend too much time here, but it's highly recommended by most tour guides. A top thing to do when in Porto is to simply wander around the cobbled streets, admiring the colourful Portuguese architecture. Porto's dramatic hill climbs and corner bars and cafes are all waiting to be explored. We hope you enjoyed our video on the top things to see and do in Porto, Portugal. If you have your own suggestions, be sure to leave a comment down below. If you liked our video, please subscribe, like and click that bell notification for more travel inspiration.